DeepSeek R1, the AI that just shook Silicon Valley. What if I told you that a $6 million AI startup just crushed OpenAI's $600 million GPT-4 model? That Nvidia lost $500 billion in value, and the US market saw a $2 trillion wipeout, all because of one AI breakthrough. This isn't science fiction. This is DeepSeek R1, and it's changing everything. The rise of DeepSeek R1. DeepSeek is a Chinese AI startup that has just released an open-source model that competes with OpenAI's most advanced systems, but at a fraction of the cost. OpenAI's GPT-4 cost over $600 million to train. DeepSeek R1, just $6 million. And while OpenAI charges over $100 per million tokens, DeepSeek R1 costs less than $4 per million tokens. That's a game changer. But what really sets DeepSeek R1 apart is how it learns and reasons, something even the best AI models struggle with. How DeepSeek R1 is different. Most AI models, like GPT-4, rely on supervised fine-tuning, feeding them massive amounts of human annotated data. It's expensive, slow, and resource-intensive. DeepSeek R1 does something radically different. It uses pure reinforcement learning to teach itself how to reason. This means DeepSeek doesn't just memorize answers, it figures things out on its own, much like a human brain does. The result? DeepSeek R1 can perform complex reasoning tasks without needing expensive labeled datasets. The numbers that shock the AI world. DeepSeek R1's performance speaks for itself. PARSI-1 score, AIME 2024 benchmark, 86.7%, compared to OpenAI's models, Math 500 benchmark, 97.3% accuracy. Coding tasks outperformed OpenAI's O1 Mini on SWE Bench Verified. Long context understanding surpassed other open models in deep reasoning. And here's the real kicker. DeepSeek R1 is open source. Unlike OpenAI, which keeps its most advanced models locked behind paywalls, DeepSeek has released its model for free on platforms like Hugging Face. Why DeepSeek R1 is a threat to Silicon Valley. The moment DeepSeek R1 was announced, tech investors panicked. Nvidia lost over $500 billion in value. US tech stocks saw a $2 trillion market cap wipeout. OpenAI is reportedly scrambling to respond. Why? Because DeepSeek destroys the AI pricing model Silicon Valley relies on. Companies like OpenAI and Google depend on expensive, closed AI systems to make money. DeepSeek offers a faster, cheaper, and open-source alternative. Imagine having the power of GPT-4, but running locally on a laptop with no expensive API fees. How DeepSeek R1 works. Unlike traditional AI models that rely on supervised fine-tuning, where large datasets curated by humans are used to train the system, DeepSeek R1 takes a radically different approach. It uses pure reinforcement learning, allowing the model to teach itself reasoning without any direct human supervision. Instead of just memorizing patterns, DeepSeek R1 is designed to figure out solutions on its own, much like how the human brain processes problems and learns from experience. DeepSeek R1 undergoes a multi-stage training process to enhance its reasoning capabilities. The first step is reinforcement learning only, where the model independently explores and develops reasoning skills without needing human-labeled data. This allows it to refine its understanding autonomously. Next, the model undergoes cold start fine-tuning, which involves using a small curated dataset to refine its responses and improve output clarity. The third step is self-verification and reflection, where the AI double-checks its own answers, re-evaluates its reasoning, and refines its conclusions, making it much more reliable in complex decision-making scenarios. Finally, the distillation process transfers the learned knowledge from DeepSeek R1 into smaller, more efficient models that can run on cheaper hardware. This means that DeepSeek R1 isn't just powerful, it's also incredibly efficient and scalable, making it accessible to a much wider audience than most proprietary AI models. DeepSeek R1 versus GPT-4, a head-to-head battle. To truly understand the significance of DeepSeek R1's achievement, let's compare it with OpenAI's GPT-4. In terms of training costs, OpenAI's GPT-4 required a staggering $600 million plus, whereas DeepSeek R1 was built with just $6 million. This makes it one of the most cost-effective AI models ever developed at this scale. The pricing model for AI services is also fundamentally different. OpenAI charges more than $100 per million tokens, making it expensive for large-scale deployment. DeepSeek R1, on the other hand, charges less than $4 per million tokens, which represents an astronomical reduction in operational costs for businesses and researchers. Another major distinction between the two models is accessibility. GPT-4 is closed source, meaning only OpenAI and a few select partners have access to the most powerful version of the model. DeepSeek R1 is fully open source, allowing developers, researchers, and businesses worldwide to use, modify, and build upon it freely. This creates an entirely new paradigm in AI development, where innovation is not controlled by a handful of corporations, but rather made accessible to anyone willing to experiment. The fundamental difference in reasoning methods is also noteworthy. GPT-4 relies heavily on supervised fine-tuning, which means its knowledge is dependent on the quality and bias of its training data. DeepSeek R1, however, leverages reinforcement learning, enabling it to develop reasoning skills autonomously and improve its decision-making over time. This makes DeepSeek a much more adaptable and dynamic AI model. China's AI breakthrough and its geopolitical impact. DeepSeek R1's launch isn't just a technological breakthrough, it's a geopolitical event with far-reaching implications. The US government has already imposed strict restrictions on AI chip exports to China, fearing the country's growing dominance in AI technology. OpenAI itself has warned the US government about the rapid advancements of Chinese AI, urging policymakers to support domestic AI development to maintain an edge over China. With DeepSeek R1 proving that it can match or even outperform OpenAI's best models, a series of pressing questions emerge. Will the United States tighten AI restrictions on China even further? Can Silicon Valley keep up with China's open-source AI movement? Or will DeepSeek R1 force US companies to rethink their strategies? Most importantly, could DeepSeek R1 change the entire AI landscape by making cutting-edge AI models free and widely available? If so, the competitive advantage that US companies have long enjoyed in AI development could soon diminish. With DeepSeek R1 now available, the AI industry is standing at the edge of a major transformation. The widespread release of such an advanced AI model will accelerate the rise of open-source AI models, making them more powerful and widely adopted. As AI costs plummet, small businesses and startups will have access to technology that was previously available only to massive tech giants. This could democratize AI development, enabling companies worldwide to build their own advanced AI models without relying on proprietary solutions from OpenAI or Google. Final thoughts. Are we ready? DeepSeek R1 proves that the AI revolution isn't just about bigger models, it's about smarter training and more efficient learning methods. With a fraction of the cost, DeepSeek has managed to compete with, and in some cases, surpass, OpenAI's proprietary models. But what happens when this kind of AI becomes even more autonomous, even more intelligent? The AI revolution is unfolding before our eyes, and DeepSeek R1 is leading the charge. The only question that remains is, are we ready for what comes next? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to stay updated on the latest breakthroughs in AI, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. The future is here, let's explore it together.